10995SM. Would counsel please identify themselves for the record?
I do so on behalf of the people.
Peter Durant's on limited appearance for Leonard Kruger for the purposes of this arraignment.
All right. So, Mr. Durant, may I explain to your client the limited appearance and read him the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Kruger, good afternoon again, sir. The limited appearance by Mr. Durant just means he's helping you today. If you want to have a lawyer after today, you either have to hire one or request a court-appointed attorney. So that's what it means. He's limited just to today's hearing. And so I know he's met with you already. The arresting documents, when you were to come into the jail, the police were going to request aggravated domestic violence. They did not end up charging that. So I'm going to share with you the charges now. And after I read the charges, I just want to ask if you understand them. And then I'll ask Mr. Durant what's his advice for you regarding the plea. Okay?
Okay.
All right. On the computer screen I'm showing, you have been charged with 2 counts of domestic violence. The reason why you're charged with these is the prosecutor is alleging that on or about July 15th of this year at an address at 3918 South Sass Road, Ingersoll Township, Midland County, Michigan, that you made an assault or an assault and battery upon Bonnie Kruger, a resident or former resident of your household, and or your spouse. If you're convicted of this crime, it's a misdemeanor punishable by the most you could be punished is up to 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines plus court costs. Consecutive sentencing may be imposed if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. I do not believe this, from my look at the facts, that it was. You're also charged with a second count of domestic violence. It is alleged in the same date, time, and place that you did make an assault or assault and battery upon Gabriel Talon, a resident or former resident of your household. If you're convicted of this crime, it is also a misdemeanor, also punishable by a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines plus court costs. These are not stacked on top of one another. So it's not 186 days. It's just the maximum of 93 days. Do you understand the charges, sir, that I've just read and the maximum penalties?
Yeah, but that one on Gabriel Talon, I don't know what the hell that came about. You know?
Well, there's a difference between understanding and agreeing. So I don't know either.
I didn't hit him or nothing. So whatever, he punched me a couple times, but what the heck,
Mr.
All right.
Kruger,
Mr.
I think you understand, but
Mr. Nancy, how do you advise your client to plead?
I would advise my client to plead not guilty at this time and to otherwise remain mute, Your Honor.
All right. We'll enter a not guilty plea for both counts. Sir, are you planning on hiring your own attorney or requesting a court-appointed attorney?
I don't know right now. I can answer that.
Are you currently employed or are you collecting Social Security?
I'm not employed. I farm on the side, but right now I should be working on equipment, but apparently I can't.
I'll appoint an attorney for you. Let's get the next time and date for pretrial, Teresa.
Your Honor, July 27th at 9 a.m.
July 27th at 9 a.m. All right, sir, do you have a telephone number that you can give to us so that your attorney can get in contact with you after that pretrial?
My cell phone.
Okay, what's
That'll
that?
work.
All right.
It's 989 274 8410.
All right. Mr. Drance, would you like to make an argument regarding bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kruger stands before the court today, 74 years old, no prior criminal history. It doesn't appear from the information that I've been given that drugs or alcohol is an issue here. However, I do believe that there is a mental health component as well as a requirement for him to be on his medications. So I'd request that Mr. Kruger be released on a personal recognizance bond, some form of counseling that the court deems is necessary, as well as supervision by pretrial services. I don't believe substance abuse testing would be necessary at this time based on Mr. Kruger's fixed income. Thank
All
you,
right, Ms. Dusso, comment regarding bond.
Your Honor, I'd agree. We'd ask that the no contact order be put in place. I don't see any indication of drugs or alcohol being an issue, but I would agree that we would like Mr. Kruger to take his prescribed medications as prescribed. I think that was one of the issues here, is that there's indications he's been off of his meds for a while. And again,
the only ones I've been off is the ones
Mr. Kruger, it's not your time to talk, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the medications you believe is necessary, Ms. Dusso?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Court Rule 6106F1 says I can look at the defendant's prior criminal history. He has no prior criminal history. He's been associated in the community. This is a domestic violence charge, so I'm going to order a bond this way. I'm going to let him be released on his own recognizance. That means no money you'll have to pay to be able to get out of jail. You are not to have any contact with the victim, which means you can't go home. You're going to have to go live with some other relative for a short period of time till we can get this sorted out. I do want you to not engage in any threatening, intimidating, violent, or aggressive behavior. You are to take all your medications. You are to get an assessment done to find out if there's any need for community mental health or any other issues. So I'm ordering you to do pretrial services. My probation staff will reach out to you. They're just going to talk with you to see if you already got a doctor and you're already treating. We don't need to know what you're talking with them about, but we do need to know if you're taking your medications. So I want you to take the medications you're supposed to. I'm not going to order any prohibitions regarding anything else. There's no indication of any substance abuse issues in this case. You may not leave state of Michigan without permission of the court. You must appear in court each time you're required to. The next time, sir, you'll get a call from your attorney after July 27th, letting you know what you need to do next. But someone from my probation department, you're not on probation because you're still innocent until proven guilty. That's just the department where my people work to make sure we monitor you and you're not getting engaged in any other assaultive activity. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay. Anything further we need to place on the record, Ms. Dusso?
No, thank you.
Mr. Durance?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. We're all set in this case. Thank you, Mr. Kruger.